Pixar movie universe theory has been around for years, but today we're going to deep dive into it. We're going to break it down, see if there's actually any truth to it. And later on in the video, we're going to go over a twist that may change how you see Pixar movies forever. I'll give you a little hint. It involves a little girl and a time-traveling witch. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Jimmy or Chaos. Today, we're going to figure out if the Pixar movie universe theory is real or if we just want it to be real. Okay, so first off, what is the Pixar universe theory? Well, in simple terms, it is the idea that all Pixar movies share one connected storyline. Think of it as a secret timeline where each film story fits into a larger ongoing narrative. And according to the theory, it all begins way back in the past and it ends far into the future and loops back to the beginning. Now, along the way, animals start talking, toys come to life, machines take over, and humans, well, they take a bit of a back seat. It's like Pixar made a bunch of standalone great movies, but if you squint really hard, you can see this epic saga that hides underneath it. Now, the key concept here is sentience. Non-humans, so animals, toys, cars, monsters, you name it, gradually becoming intelligent and self-aware. And what kicked it off was magic. Yeah, magic from Brave, the one with Merida and the bear mom. It's said to be the spark that eventually gives animals and objects life. Pretty cool theory. So we're going to break down how we go from medieval magic to actual space age robots. We have to connect the dots here. The timeline highlights. So according to the theory, the timeline of Pixar's universe is pretty crazy in a good way. It spans millions of years. We start in the distant past. First stop is the good dinosaur era, and it's an alternate prehistory where dinosaurs and early humans coexist. Then we jump to the 14th century with Brave, where magical wisps and this eccentric witch introduce magic into the world. Now, this magic is important because it's allegedly what makes animals act human and objects come to life later on. So then we fast forward to the mid-20th century. We get The Incredibles, which is set in a retro 1960s style period, and it shows humans with powers. And it even hints at intelligent AI, if you remember the evil robot and the smart Omni-droids in that movie. So by the 90s and 2000s, we're in familiar territory. We get Toy Story, we get Finding Nemo, we get Ratatouille, we get Up. All of those, which take place in a world much like ours, except animals and toys are now way smarter than they should be. Is it a coincidence? Well, the theory says no. It's that magic-driven evolution of intelligence continuing on in the background. So we see animals cooking gourmet meals in Ratatouille, we see fish plotting escapes in Finding Nemo, we see sentient toys dealing with their own society in Toy Story, and these are all signs that non-humans are catching up with humans. Meanwhile, an ominous corporation called by and large B&L keeps popping up. Yeah, keeps popping up, right? Especially in WALL-E, big bad that eventually ruins the environment. By the time we get to WALL-E, humans have left Earth a wasteland, thanks B&L, and this is where the machines take over. So think of Cars, where vehicles have a society of their own, possibly after humans are gone. So then finally, centuries later, we get Monsters, Inc., which is set in a future where animals have evolved into monsters. And humans, well, they're basically legends of the past. The monsters literally time travel through the magical doors to harvest energy from human laughter in the past. It's pretty wild when you actually put it on paper and think about it. And then the timeline comes full circle after that, which leads us into that twist that I teased you at the beginning. Now you might be thinking, it's a cool story. What evidence is there these movies are actually connected? It's a good question. Pixar is famous for sprinkling Easter eggs and little nods between all of their films. Fans have latched onto those clues to create this grand timeline. For example, the Pizza Planet truck from Toy Story appears in almost every other Pixar movie, even in Brave, set centuries ago. It's a carved wooden truck Easter egg. There's also the code A113, which shows up on license plates, classroom doors, and in many films. It's a fun inside joke among Pixar animators, but in universe, could be a reoccurring motif tying things together. Another big one is, of course, by and large, B&L, the mega corporation I mentioned earlier. B&L's logo and products show up not only in WALL-E, but also in Toy Story 3 on Buzz's batteries, and Up in the construction company that wanted Carl's house. Now this suggests that one giant company is present across multiple storylines, steadily gaining power. We also see references to characters across films, like Little Girl in Monsters, Inc. has a Jessie doll from Toy Story, or Finding Nemo's fish appears in Monsters, Inc. as toys. Now they could be just Easter eggs, fun cameos, but the theory uses them as absolute glue to connect each movie's world. One of my favorite subtle clues is in WALL-E, the plant that WALL-E finds grows into a big tree, and it looks an awful lot like the tree under which the bugs live in Bug's Life. Is it coincidence? I don't know. Is it proof that a bug's life happens on Earth after humans come back? Maybe. The evidence is obviously indirect, but it's enough to keep fans looking for more. Pixar even confirmed they love hiding interconnected Easter eggs, though they stop short of confirming that there is this single timeline plot. In short, there's plenty of little connections that make you go, maybe these movies really do share a universe. Now, the big twist. The thing the whole Pixar universe theory builds up to. Drum roll, it's about Boo, the little toddler from Monsters, Inc. And according to the theory, Boo isn't a random kid. She might actually be the key to the entire timeline. How? By growing up to become the witch from Brave. You heard me right. The theory speculates that after Sully leaves Boo at the end of Monsters, Inc., Boo becomes obsessed with finding her friendly monster again. She remembers that doors can travel to different times or places. The monsters were basically time traveling every time they entered a door to the human world in the past. So Boo spends her life figuring out how to use magic to travel through time and dimensions, eventually winding up centuries in the past. There, she masters magical abilities and boom, she's the mysterious witch in Brave. Think about it. The witch in Brave disappears through doors suddenly, just like Boo could. Her cottage is full of carved bears, and Sully was a big blue bear-like monster to Boo, right? She even carved a figure that looks a lot like Sully in one scene. Eagle-eyed fans caught this Easter egg. It is a total full circle moment. Boo's magic in the past is what started the whole chain of events, giving animals and objects life, which leads to the future in which Monsters, Inc. takes place. I mean, are you with me? It's definitely the most far-fetched part of the Pixar theory, but I think it's the absolute coolest too. This twist ties the whole timeline into this giant loop and gives it a little heartfelt motive to me. A little girl searching for a friend. Now, whether you buy it or not, it's an example of fans engaging deeply with the films, which true fans do. And honestly, I love it. I love it because it makes Boo's story kind of bittersweet and epic at the same time. Boo might literally be the reason the Pixar universe exists. Now, if this theory was true, if the theory was true, how do we continue it? How does it pay off? I don't know. You let me know what you guys think. I mean, are all Pixar movies intertwined into one gigantic timeline puzzle? Does it start in Brave and end in Monsters, Inc.? I don't know. At the end of the day, the Pixar theory is just really entertaining to rewatch these movies from a brand new perspective and angle. I don't think it ruins any story. If anything, it adds an extra layer of what if when you spot a familiar object or a logo in the background, and maybe that's what Pixar was trying to do the whole time. Is there going to be some culmination event at the end of the Pixar run? Probably not. But it's still fun to speculate. It's always fun to speculate. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon.